What's up, you damn gorgeous and beautiful gamers, and welcome back to Role-Playing Games. This is Mariel Corner in the internet, where we like to discuss about RPGs. If you like the content, if you like this stuff, if you like these conversations with RPJames, I would very much like to invite you to hit that like button in the video because it really helps me like you have no idea, and also subscribe to the channel because you might enjoy the conversations that I have for you. Right now, remember that we are focusing on teaching new players the new mechanics in Elden Ring, to not be so afraid of them because they have so many learning curves, and that's what we're going to be doing today. Today we are going to be learning about how to upgrade my weapons. When do I upgrade my weapons? And before the usual guy comes in and says, if you don't even have played the game, then why are you giving these advices? Well, no, I have not played the final game, but we have press that has played the final game, and they have confirmed that the systems are still very much the same that we know and we are used to. And I am using my knowledge to help new peoples coming into Elden Ring, so thank you very much for that, sir. That being said, we have confirmation from all of the media that was able to play the final final build of the game, and we're going to be discussing about that, but also we're going to be discussing mainly about when do I upgrade my weapons. Now, you might come by us from other RPGs, and the problem is that in other RPGs, the upgrade system and the weapons are tiered based, which is not the case for Elden Ring. Before I move on explaining you how do the upgrade system works in Elden Ring, I should very much like to tell you a story. Because remember, these videos that I am posting lately are focused on teaching new players the new mechanics, which have so many spikes and they are very complex mechanics. And usually they drive away people, and I want people to play Elden Ring, not the other way around. Your first playthrough is going to be magical, and I want to help for that to be true. That being said, let me tell you a story, and please hear me out. Please, I beg of you. This story really interests you before we move on to the explanation of the weapons. This story of little RPJames back in the original launch of Dark Souls. Dark Souls was my first Souls game. I heard back then so many rumors that it was a very, very challenging game. And I was intrigued by it because I have always been an RPG guy. I was not able to play Demon's Souls because back then I did not have a PlayStation console. I did ended up playing Demon's Souls later on, but my first Souls game was Dark Souls 1. And I tried to be there, blind. I tried to play the game, not looking too many guides and so on and so forth, but I ended up watching them. Anyways, I started my playthrough as a knight, because I am that kind of guy. I like my sword and board. But like I told you before, I was biased from other RPGs that I had played, where in other RPGs that we used to play, we have tiered weapons, and we have weapons that are better than the ones that we started with or the ones that we found at the beginning of the game. So I also encountered myself during my playthrough with upgrade materials. And I was thinking to myself, because I was so afraid, the game was challenging, dude, and it was really hard to traverse those darkest dungeons with my shield up and trying not to get my ass handed to me. and so I found upgrade materials, and I thought to myself, I should save them. Dude, these are valuable. These are valuable shinies. I should not be spending them on my poor little sword. I had formed a bond with my sword back then, but I knew that I had to change it because of the bias that I had from other RPGs. So I decided to save them. Later on, it was Titanite. Later on, I kept finding more and more and more Titanite upgrade materials, and I decided that it was a nice idea to raise my weapon up to +5. When it came to that point, I stopped because I was actually I was actually regretting that decision because I was afraid of the game. I know that many of you guys are afraid of Elden Ring. And you should be, but you should be not. Now, I reach one of the most infamous boss fights and famous boss fights in video games history. I reached Ornstein and Smog with my little beautiful +5 sword, a new player to the Soul series that did not know any shit about the game. I was just that dude. I did not know how I actually ended up in that place, but I entered there and I got my ass handed to me. I remember that day I played from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. I was able to defeat them, and I did not stop. I kept fighting and fighting and fighting with my trusty +5 sword. Back then you were able to upgrade your weapons to +15. But when I managed to defeat them, I was wondering, am I actually doing things right? So I started to find guides, and I remember that I went back to YouTube and typed on the search bar, what is the best weapon in the game? Because I desperately wanted to increase my damage output. I felt that I was not doing things properly, and I was afraid that I was just hoarding my upgrade materials because I was thinking that I was going to find a better weapon than the one that I had. And I did not. And oh, problemo. Every single video that I found out there, they had several different best weapons for the game. Most OP weapons for the game. There were katanas, there were axes, there were maces, there were hammers, and I did not fancy any of them. Neither of those were my desired weapon of choice. So yeah, later on when I experienced a little bit more, when I became a more experienced Dark Souls player, I found out that I was actually able to use my trusty longsword that I was rejecting. I was rejecting her, dude. Shame on me. I was rejecting my friend, my partner, my sword. And I could have upgraded it to the max to keep using it throughout the course of the rest of the game, which is what I ended up doing in Dark Souls 2. My first playthrough of Dark Souls 2 was with my trusty old longsword. My first playthrough of Dark Souls 3 was with my trusty old beautiful sword. So do you see where I am trying to get in here? Now let me explain to you how the upgrade system works in Elden Ring. We have 3 types of weapons: basic weapons, special weapons, and boss weapons. The basic weapons are basically just like your normal weapons, and there are several categories of them. I will have them on the screen of this video, but they go from straight swords to great swords, ultra great swords, halberds, axes, bows, you name it, dude. There's like a specific desire kind of weapon, but there are basic weapons that use basic materials. In the closed network beta test, you were able to upgrade them to +3. The people that played the final build of Elden Ring, they said that they found +12 materials to upgrade weapons. So it is highly likely that we will able to upgrade our weapons all the way to +15 like it happened in Dark Souls 1. Your basic weapons use your basic materials to upgrade those weapons. And it seems to be the case, like it shares like the same path that it did in Dark Souls 3. With the very first tier of materials, the materials, they do have tiers. Not the weapons, the materials. You're able to upgrade them to +3, and then to +6, and then to +9, and then to +12, and maybe, if it is the case, to +15. And then you have the other case. People that played the final release of the final build of Elden Ring said that they were able to find the equivalent of Twinkling Titanites. And a Twinkling Titanite is what allows you to upgrade one of the special weapons. They are more fancy weapons, that's how you will differentiate them. So basic weapons are your basic martial weapons: katanas, longswords, halberds, two-handed swords, ultra great swords like Suihander. The special weapons will have different designs, more elaborated designs, more fancy designs. The better, than the basic weapons? They are not, but they might have some special traits that the basic weapons do not have, like a element on the weapon or a special skill that the main weapons, martial weapons, would not have. And then you have the boss weapons. And the boss weapons, are they better than the basic and the special weapons? No, they are not. But they are even more over the edge. They are more fantasy, and they have like these specific skills. Like, for example, there were swords in Dark Souls 3 that had this special ability that you could infuse them with their special ability to be enchanted, or that produce lava attacks, or like that kind of stuff. They are more flashy, and they might have different animations, but they are not better than the ones that you had before. So that's the upgrade system chart right there for you. You have your basic weapons, you can upgrade them. We know, we speculate that it's going to be to plus 15. You have the special weapons that will use different upgrade materials. In previous Souls games, you were able to upgrade them to plus 5, which is the very same case for boss weapons. Also, boss weapons use different materials to be upgraded. So, finally, to wrap up the video, there will be some flashy weapons, but I want to be so clear about this. Your first playthrough on Elden Ring is going to be so beautiful and so magical, but trust me, do not be afraid to upgrade your weapons. Let's say, for example, that you're a samurai and you like your katana. You can very well use that katana, and when you find the materials to upgrade your katana, then please do so. Upgrade your katana and keep upgrading it. It is more likely that you will find more materials for more weapons in case you want to have more weapons. But it also comes the question to the table. If this is the case, if I am able to go through the entirety of this vast open world that I have in front of me, then what is the point of having, what is the character progression, what is the character investment? Why am I not getting better weapons than the very first ones from the very tutorial area? What's the point? Diversity. That's the beautiful thing. That's what we love. That's what we gamers, we players love about the Souls games. Freedom. Diversity. If you so desire, if as you explore the game, you will find different weapons in all kinds of sizes, shapes, colors, and tastes, and you are very well welcome to try them on. But if you are like me, like I said, I have a mindset. I am that kind of guy. I like knights. I'm that kind of guy. I like my sword and board. Also, I like halberds. So I know that my first playthrough is going to be with a long sword. I am going to beat the game with my long sword. Someone might come and tell you that you're not playing the game properly. Do not let anyone tell you that. If you're enjoying one weapon, then please use it. Your very first playthrough of Elden Ring is going to be so magical. Do not let anyone tell you how you should play the game. If you like a weapon, if you like armor. Now, I'm not saying that you should not play the game properly. I mean, you could fuck up your character real bad. That's something that might happen if you're not mindful about the stats, about the systems, about the upgrading. You can actually mess up your character real bad irreversibly. Well, not irreversibly. It was that was something that happened in Dark Souls 1, in Elden Ring, Dark Souls 2 and 3. It is more forgivable. But you should play efficiently, but also you should play your way. Someone in the comments below, even on this video, might come and tell you that there are weapons that are going to outclass your weapon, especially in PvP, but that has always been true in fighting games. I'm not saying that this is a fighting game, but when you have so many weapons out there, when you have so many tools out there, so many assets out there, it is only natural that the balancing is going to be off. So it's going to be patches, it's going to be buffs, nerfs, so on and so forth. It's something that has been happening throughout the entire Souls franchise. So yes, there might come someone that tell you that your weapon is not as OP as the one that he has. But if you're finding yourself enjoying your weapon, if you're progressing properly, if you feel like you're dealing enough damage using, let's say, that axe that you like so much, that hammer that you like so much, if you find a special weapon that you like and it's flashy and it's fantasy and you say, dude, I'm in love with this weapon, then use it. And if you want to have diversity and character progression, then do it as well. Explore the world, find weapons, try them. If you find a better weapon, you might actually find yourself that you enjoy the weapon that you find better than the one that you have been using. And trust me, there will be plenty of materials, upgrade materials for those weapons in this game. There had been those materials in previous games and they were not open world. This one is. There is going to be so many ways for you to farm those materials, so do not be afraid to use them. Do not be afraid like merry old James, like little old James, innocent James, on his first playthrough of Dark Souls, because remember that my focus is to help you new players, not to get away from this game, because I've met so many people that plays the game, that tries to get into this kind of games, and feel frustrated because they make mistakes and they listen to the wrong people. Just enjoy the game, dude. It's a magical game, it's a beautiful game. If you find something that you like, that you are going to feel like you enjoy, then do it. Please, play the game like using your playstyle, like you want to play the game. You can be efficient if you follow my videos. You can definitely find better ways to deal damage, because I always try to, also all of the videos that I have posted, if you watch them on my Elden Ring guides, which is a tab that I have here in my channel, if you watch them, you will find that you will be performing exceedingly well. But the most important thing is to have fun. Enjoy your weapons, enjoy your armor, enjoy your spells, enjoy the world, thrive in it. And that being said, if no one has told you today that you're a gorgeous and beautiful gamer, then you are indeed a gorgeous and beautiful gamer. Have a beautiful day, and remember that if... I already said that. Have a beautiful day and stay safe out there. Bye bye. I'll see you guys in the next one.